Everybody, welcome to section 2.1 about inputs and outputs. This is the first video of 3 or 4 videos that I'm going to do on this particular section. And today, what you're going to be able to accomplish and what you should be able to do by the end of this is to find the output values by evaluating a function and find the input values by solving the equations. And these are the two things that most kids can really mess up. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about inputs and outputs. Okay, so finding output values. Okay, so basically in this case we're finding the answer, finding the y value. So in the first example they tell us let h of x be x squared minus 3x plus 5. Evaluate and simplifying the following expressions. Hint, x is the input. That's what we're plugging for x. So in this first one here, we're plugging in 2 in for x, and we're going to go ahead and simplify it. So what I do is I always plug in, whatever I'm plugging into the input, I always put in parentheses. So we're going to, wherever we see an x, we're going to place a 2. So we're going to have 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 5. And we're going to go ahead and simplify that out. We know what x is. X is 2. So 2 squared is 4 minus 6 plus 5. Okay, so negative 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3. So we know that h of 2 is 3. If we go down to the bottom here on part D, you're going to see h of a minus h of 2. So this is going to be minus, we already know what we have in part A. I'm going to put minus 3 here, so I'm going to get a little ahead of myself. And we'll come back to that one. The second one is the argument there. It's what the argument's called is a minus 2. It's a linear function, a minus 2. It's not a number now. So now wherever we see an x, we're going to put a minus 2 in. So just like before, I'm going to put in parentheses. So I'm going to have a minus 2 squared minus 3 times a minus 2 plus 5. So in this case, we're going to have to square out this quadratic. So what you want to use is this formula or this expression. It's an easy way to do it that we use. We square our a terms, first term plus 2 times ab plus plus b squared. And that's going to run out of space, so we'll rewrite that a little bit closer. It'll be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Remember, and this is like your a value, this is your b value here. So a minus 2 squared, that quantity squared, becomes a squared minus 4a plus 4. And I'll change colors again here. And then 3 times the quantity a minus 2, it's negative 3, so it becomes minus 3a plus 6 plus 5. And now it's a matter of combining our like terms. There's only one a squared term. So we have a squared. Notice how we have negative 4a, negative 3a, so that's minus 7a. And then we have 3 constants, 4, 6, and 5. So 4 and 6 make 10, plus 5 is 15. So there's our answer for part B, h of a minus 2. That's the toughest part. That's the toughest one. Number 3 looks similar. If we look at it, it says h of a minus 2. Notice how this time the 2 is not included in the argument. The only argument there is a. So we're just replacing the x's with a's, and that's it. So instead of x squared, I'm going to have a squared minus 3 times x, which is now just 3a, plus 5. And then now just that minus 2 has to come along for the ride. Can we combine like terms? We sure can. We have the 5 and the 2, that makes 3. So you get a squared minus 3a plus 3. And that's h of a minus 2. Okay? In the final one, we're looking at h of a minus h of 2. We already have our h of 2 value from part A. The h of a value is actually this piece right there. There's h of a, so let's just add that down here. A squared minus 3a plus 5. and now let's combine like terms. Okay, so you just have one a squared term, you have one a term, and you can add the 5 and the 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. So that is our first example where we're trying to evaluate and find the output when we're given the input. And that's that first objective. Find the output values by evaluating the function. We evaluated the function for 4 different arguments. The first argument was 2. The second argument was a minus 2. The third argument was a. The fourth argument was h of a and then h of 2. So if you have any questions or comments about this, go ahead and type them below, and we'll see you next time.